on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears, and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still... 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
23 yards on the play.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
2nd and 5. And he's got the hook up to Landry. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his first touchdown here. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And this could be a whole lot of fun, because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Nifty running by Barkley there on first down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
SOS.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd and 2, Carmichael. Open man, he's got it. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate?
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw, and that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Ross on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st down, Carmichael under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Carmichael. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready, break. Mike 58, right there.
To throw again. Carmichael. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office and the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
Buying time to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd down and inches. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog finding his way into the backfield. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On play action, they'll throw. That is caught by Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 17 yards, first down Vikings. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll look to throw here. Robinson's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a second and long. 2nd and 14. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Carmichael looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Carmichael. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it'll be 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Go now. 8, read. 45. We own it. We own it. 2.
Operating from the gun. Carmichael to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before break. Carmichael to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but now it's 3rd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we'll head down. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well, as we are back and underway for the second half. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the double.
41 to Mike. Check 41. Go on. Come on, D.
Throwing on 1st down. Carmichael. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Carmichael. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Being chased out left. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Back to throw. Carmichael. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 3. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start that.
Set the tone, defense. Set the...
2nd and 9 now. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He'll drop to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's pick it up. It's our time. Ready, go. Get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Ready.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
A gain of 12. First down, Bears.
Ready up.
55. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Let's go.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got Burton here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 17-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. A very good gain on first down. 9 yards on the dump off. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
Here we go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let him get a yard, do they?
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears cut into that lead. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on third and long. Carmichael. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Looking to throw. Carmichael. Got a man open. It's Ross. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and, boy, they were successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw, and he's got the hook up to Landry. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go! 70, Indy.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A first down carry for Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.